Hey yogis, hope everyone's having a great day. Today we are going to continue on some core work, focusing a little bit more on the obliques and also pulling the belly button back to the spine. This is a great one to pair with the one from yesterday for a nice creative flow for yourself. So come to the mat, we're going to get started in a seat, grab a block or a book so we can have a gentle back release later. And from your seat, we're just going to gently roll down to our backs. So we're going to start kind of reverse flow today in a semi-active Shavasana. So just allow this to feel good. Lengthen the spine onto the mat. Maybe you take the arms up above the head. Give yourself a nice big full body stretch, lengthening through the torso area. You can bring the hands in behind the head to get into the shoulders just a little bit more. So it's all going to be mat-based today. We're not going to be doing anything crazy on the arms. Super focused on the abdominal wall. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that right thigh up in towards the right side of our belly. So give yourself a nice big squeeze, nice detoxification push for the right side of our intestinal wall, aiding our digestion. And then inhale, we're going to switch, bringing the left leg up and in, really concentrating on each side of our torso region. Stretching out through the oblique muscles, making the breath nice and deep. Maybe hug it in a little bit farther. And then go ahead, bring both legs up and in. So big self-love hug here. Really pull the thighs in. You've got a nice taut grip onto your shins here. Pulling those thighs into the belly. On your next exhale, start to curl up the head, neck, and shoulders, making sure that you're mindful of your shoulder placement, making sure they're down and away from the ear so that you can lengthen through the neck. And hold here. What you want to feel is the belly button really concentrated down towards that spine. So contracting the core. Softly lower the head and neck. Relax for a moment. You can rock hips from one side to the other. And then next breath out, bring it back up. We're going to add on here. So really hugging that belly button back towards the spine. We're gonna loosen our grip onto our legs so your hands are literally just placed on top of the shins, but you're not putting any extra force there. And then one arm at a time, take the left arm out, take the right arm out in front of you. Your legs are still in ball shape. If you ever start to feel too much pressure in the neck, you can always bring the hands in behind the head to create a nice little hammock effect. Just don't be reliant on the hands and the head. Softly lower down. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring it back up and we're going to go right into that first motion. So extending the arms nice and long in front of us. Fingers are spread nice and wide will help. Make sure you're breathing. If you'd like to, go ahead and float the hands in behind the head. Keep the elbows nice and wide. Or you can keep the arms out in front. We're going to stamp the right foot up towards the ceiling, kick the left foot out about 45 degrees, maybe a little higher if you need to. Isometric hold through the core. Smile and breathe. Keep those feet flexed to keep the alignment in the hips. Really breathe into that abdominal region. And then finally, bring the hands in behind the head if you haven't done so already. Holding here, isometric hold. On your next exhale, see if you can lift up a little bit more and then bring that left elbow to right knee and hold, really feeling the obliques turn on. Isometric holds. Awakening the core. Softly bring it back to center and then slowly lower the head, neck, and shoulders. Bring the legs in. Relax. Take a couple nice deep breaths in and maybe some cleansing breaths out of the mouth. When you're ready, bring the head, neck, and shoulders up again. Extend the arms or bring them in behind the head when ready. engage the core, belly button back to spine. Stamp the left foot up towards the ceiling, kick the right leg out, 45 degrees, maybe higher if you need. Hold here and breathe. Really try to keep that low spine onto the mat so that you're really actively engaging the core, keeping, again, the feet flexed so that you can have a nice alignment in the hips. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Go ahead and float hands in behind head now. And then see if you can lift up a little bit more on an exhale and take a nice twist. Soften the face, soften the jawline, the brow line. Continue to breathe. Feeling the contraction through the side obliques. And then inhale, start to bring it back to center, and then bring everything down, bring the legs in. Give yourself a nice big hug. You can rock from one side to the other if you'd like. And then when you're ready, softly start to bring the feet down to the mat. You're gonna lift the hips up and shift them over to the right. And then you're gonna bring the left leg on top of the right, so you're gonna cross legs. You're going into twisted root. Start to allow the knees to fall over towards the left. Now, if you want just basic windshield wiper pose, that's okay here too. So just settle in here, feeling the nice restorative twist through the torso. Great for detoxifying, creating mobility and flexibility through the low spine. We're gonna float our hands in behind our head and work the obliques. 3 sets of 10 here. Exhale every time you lift. Pushing all of the air out, really lifting up. Firming up through that side oblique. So being in twisted root kind of helps you get into that area just a little bit more. It's not a big movement because we're working a small muscle group. Keep the twist going because it helps with the back. Got maybe one more set, a couple more here. Keep breathing, count it out. And then we're gonna softly lower all the way back down to the mat. Very nice. Bring the hips back to center and uncross the legs. And we're gonna lift the hips when ready and shift them over to the left. Bring the right leg on top of the left leg. And when you're ready, allow the knees to drop over to the right. Find your twist. Allow it to feel good in this moment. Nice open low back. Try to keep those shoulder blades down onto the mat. And when you're ready, you can float hands in behind the head. 3 sets of 10. Exhale every time you lift. Maybe see if you can lift up a little bit higher, noticing the differences on each side of the body. So if you're power pushing through these and you're not really feeling a really nice solid contraction through the obliques, slow it down. You can go slower than the video. Your practice, your pace, your space. Keep it going for a few more reps. You can do it. Working the obliques really helps us with our posture. Start to lower down, bring everything back to center. Uncross the legs, take the feet nice and wide. Big windshield wiper motion with the knees, so allow the right knee to fall in, left knee out, back to center, opposite side. Just open up through there a couple more times. And find your center ground. Reach for your block or your book, whatever prop you may have. Walk the feet into the center of the mat. Lift the hips up pretty high. And then you're gonna place that block right at your sacrum. So this is gonna be a really nice low back release. So it might take a few moments to adjust. Always make sure that you come up off of the block before adjusting the block. So you wanna reach that point where you feel a nice disconnect from the low spine to the rest of the back. So it's right at your sacrum, and then your glutes are spilling off the bottom edge of the block like 2 soft cinnamon rolls. Breathing here. Just enjoying this break, enjoying this release. You can rest here for as long as you'd like to. You can always come up off of the block, remove it, and lie in a Shavasana pose, or come to a seat, taking all of this positive energy and knowledge, holding it close to you, having a great rest of your day. Namaste.